Welcome to the Tomosi Business Series. Thank you for joining us today. Last week we concluded our 10-part series on decision making. This topic was carefully and intentionally designed to ease the otherwise tedious process of making a decision in a business and as an individual. To quote our trainer, every decision is built on what was done yesterday, and yesterday's decisions, no matter how good, can inevitably become today's problems. If you missed this topic, I implore you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook channels, our Twitter, and all the social media handles so that you can keep updated with the latest topics and you can always go back and watch what you missed. This week, we start a brand new topic, enterprise competitiveness. And we start off with the 7 key drivers of enterprise competitiveness. Enjoy!
Now, when I studied this, I understood why the British colonized American states, Africa, and anywhere where they could grow and cheaply source a product called cotton, for example. They wanted to support their nascent industrial revolution in the 1850s and to strengthen their companies that are engaged in cotton products. Now, cotton, from its seed to its lint to its stalks and many other aspects of that plant, produces more than 100 different products, including gunpowder. 100 products from one plant. Beyond the shirts, the t-shirts, the dresses we wear, the value chain for cotton is so huge that any country which at the time had both the science and the technology to exploit it in the 18th and 19th century, that country must have known the recipe to grow, which means that they would kill for it to scale it and make sure that this is a product they use for their industrial revolution. Now, if you are able to clothe your people using cotton, you are able to feed your animals because you make cotton seed cake out of cotton. You are able to transport your people. You can extract oil, which you can use for various purposes. You can light up your homes using candles. You can defend yourself using gunpowder, defend your country. Just 5 I'm naming off my hands if you scale investment in a product called cotton. Why would you at that time not invade other nations to get this raw material, especially if you come from a less endowed, somehow natural resource stressed environment as it is in Europe? But I say this of cotton, but it is the same with mineral resources such as oil and gas, iron and steel, and many others, materials that we have in abundance in Africa. Now, to scale and be competitive, productivity at per capita level, at a personal, individual level, and then total factor productivity employed, meaning that the land you have is put to full use, the labor you have is put to full use, the money you have is put to full use. These total factor productivity and productivity at an individual level must be very high or the bare minimum optimal to get a better industry return for you to be competitive. Some of you watching me, listening to me, especially in our country and in many countries in Africa and in the developing world, most of the time we produce so little per person per day. And even where we have some resources such as the most sought after financing capital, because we say businesses are not growing for lack of capital, which is true, but even when you have capital, you deploy it poorly. We have a lot of redundancies at public and private sector levels. This, I suppose, is because we come from the same social and cultural construct. We're born of the same mother, same of the same conditions, and we tend to act in a hard mentality in a similar way. You see, for example, the interest rates which we pay at a national level as a country. We pay these interest rates annually. Yet often, we have not deployed the very resources we borrowed on that money. So you're paying interest on money you have not put to use because There is red tape, there is bureaucratic delays, but this money, you borrowed it so that you can deploy it either in infrastructure or supporting businesses to create more revenue. At a farm or enterprise level, securing financing from a high street commercial bank can take you more time than it is to secure it at an off-market, black market source, which drives businesses to extremely high financing costs. When you talk to the banks, they say that compliance levels for many of our businesses attempting to borrow are such that when a bank is making an effort to lend to you, the bank is also engaged in a very bitter fight with the business shareholders and directors to bring them up to transparent levels and keep them that way, doing the right things for a long haul. The banks give up at some stage. Because of these low levels of person and farm productivity, efficiencies in resource usage become so low. This week I want to tell you I visited a very interesting person known in our country, Dr. Florence Muranga of the Banana Research and Development Project in a place called Nyaruzinga in Bushenyi district. And she took me through more than 25 different products from our bananas. The very bananas I grew up eating as simply creating umurumba or eating them as ripe bananas, she has more than 25 different types of products that can be mixed with dairy products, with grain products, and other natural commodities to grow the product range from 25 to more than 50. Now, this is not unlike the cotton war I described earlier with Europe in its early stages of growth. She also showed me the several spin-off products that can transform other related industries in agriculture, in construction, in design, in beauty, cosmetics, medicine, and tourism. Now, to achieve a scale to get the primary products from bananas as an example, so that they return a healthy profit, so that one can now invest in the spin-offs, because they are the primary products, they are the secondary ones. You don't deal with secondary ones unless you have become profitable on the primary ones. For you to achieve that, there must be increased, consistent levels of productivity that create sufficient headroom. Headroom meaning, I could call it legroom. Extend, feel comfortable. Sufficient headroom for a business to remain competitive over a long haul. If you remember in our last session, I spoke about the matter of running ahead of yourself as an entrepreneur before exhausting the ground or the product you stand on. We don't become competitive if we are chasing the next fad. Now, this brings me to what we will handle as the second driver of productivity next week. It is called skills and qualifications of employees and managers of a business. We will handle this next week. I wish you a great weekend. Enjoy watching.
We would like to hear from you. Please email us at info@tapmedia.com and visit our website at www.tapmedia.com. You can also visit our offices located at Tomosi Business Park, Luzira, Port Bell Road, or call 0414 220 702. Thank you.